YouTube. So today I'm going to be chatting with you all about my paranormal experiences at my old home. And I had briefly mentioned it in my last video, which was just a vlog, that I had some pretty intense experiences at my old house. So, and a lot of you guys, seem to want to hear about them because a lot of you guys said that you've had similar experiences or you want to see if my experiences are similar to yours, but whatever. Yeah. So, basically, you guys can probably tell too, my hair is wet. The only reason why I didn't get fully ready today was because I got my hair done, I got it blown out. So it's drying naturally straight, which is nice. Like, I don't actually have to do anything to it. So I'm trying to salvage my hair because it is getting pretty long, and so I'm wanting to not put any heat on it, and I was getting very impatient with waiting for it to dry. So I was like, well, it's not necessarily a beauty or fashion video where I really need to, like, look the part, I can kind of just bum it, and I'm pretty sure you guys aren't going to mind too much, and if you do, I apologize, but most of my videos my hair is dry, so there you go. I'm pretty much on it most of the time, but today, no, I cannot be bothered to go and blow dry my hair. It's just not going to happen, so you're getting wet-haired Veronica, and isn't it weird? My hair gets so dark when it is wet. Like, it's even darker than this usually. Like, obviously it's fairly dry right now, like the ends are getting more dry, but my hair gets so dark when it's wet. I don't know why it does that. Okay, paranormal video, that's what I need to be talking about right now. So, let me think. Where do I even begin? I moved into my old home when I was, I think, around 8 years old, and lived there for about 10 years. After I graduated high school, I went to college, and my mom moved elsewhere. So, had about a 10-year span of being in that home. And, excuse my phone going off, I'm just really popular apparently. Not really. So, yeah, so I was in that house for about 10 years, and, I don't even know really where to begin. All I can say to just begin was, I had all the time an overwhelming sense of people around me, of somebody around me, even if there was nobody in the house. And just so you know, me and my mom are pretty much the only ones that live there. My uncle was there for a while, living with us, as he was transitioning homes and stuff like that. So he was there quite a while, but most of the time it was just my mom and I. So, yeah, I always had a feeling of people being in the house, and I know that's not very, like, telling information, but for those of you who have felt that, you know what I'm talking about, where you just can feel people around you. You know when someone's around you, you know when someone's looking at you, and I felt that all the time in that house. And, okay, I guess I can kind of get into just experiences. I cannot go in chronological order because I have no idea when all this stuff happened, like in what order, but yeah, I'll just kind of start naming stuff off and it'll be fun. So the first experience that I remember very, very vividly, not sure my age, but I know that I was sitting and watching TV in my room. I am an only child, like I said, so I, spent a lot of time just hanging out by myself. My mom and I hung out a lot, but, 24/7, it's not going to happen. So, I was sitting in my room watching TV, and I have, the TV stand, and I'm, like, sitting in front of it, and I have carpet flooring, which is important, because, I saw that my closet door was open, and I never really leave it open, so I went over and I shut it, because I just don't like having my closet door open, especially in that house. It just was creepy. So I shut it, walked back over, sat back down on the ground, and continued to watch probably SpongeBob or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And no more than a minute or two later, I look over, and the closet door is wide open. Not really any explanation for that, considering that door was really heavy, and you kind of had to jam it shut. And also it was carpet flooring, so it kind of, like the doors get stuck if you have carpet flooring, when you're trying to open a door that swings open, it can, get kind of caught on the carpet, so it's harder to open, essentially. But yeah, it was wide open, and I literally just sat there on the ground and stared at it. My heart sunk into my chest, into my stomach, and I just felt my stomach, like, knot up, and I could just feel someone, like, you know, yeah. So that was weird. I remember another time I was, my room was, like, across the entire house from my mom's room. So my mom's room was up near the front of the house, and you have to pass the, like, dining room, and then it's a hallway. My room is back there, and the spare bedroom was back there. And, I was walking up, walking towards my mom's room, and I heard that the water was on in her bathroom. I walked in there. She was, like, laying down. She was awake, but she was laying down. And I walk in, and the water faucets are, like, full blast. Like, we had two of them, hot and cold, and they were both on full blast. And I'm like, what the hell, Mom? And she didn't do it, obviously. I didn't do it, so that was weird. Multiple times I heard footsteps throughout the years. Yeah, I heard a lot of footsteps. I heard, like, running. I heard, just walking casually through the kitchen. That was what I heard most, was walking through the kitchen and dining areas, was just steps walking through. And I oftentimes, too, saw kind of like a figure, walking through the kitchen. Like, I would be standing at the hall, I said that the hallway, led to my bedroom. If you watch my old videos, you might kind of know what I'm talking about, like really old videos. I never showed my house, but you might get an idea of what I'm talking about if you saw, I think, my room tour, like, years ago. So, yeah, I would be standing at the doorway of the hallway, like the entry of the hallway, and I would be wanting to go into the kitchen to get something in the middle of the night or whatever time it was, not even that late, and I would see somebody, like, chilling out and, like, walking through the kitchen. And it wouldn't be anything that specific, like, I couldn't tell for sure exactly who or what it was or whatever. I just know I saw a figure walking back and forth. So, I saw that multiple times. Oh, my stereo would turn on and turn up really loud. It would just, like, turn on at random times. My TV, the TV in the living room would turn on, or turn off, turn channels, all that fun stuff. And what's funny too is I always told my mom these different stories, things that were happening, and I think I mentioned it in my last video, she believed me. She knew it was real for me, but she didn't necessarily believe if it was, like, or think it was real for everybody. Does that make sense? So, like, if you're a kid and you're kind of freaking yourself out, it's very real for you. So she had sympathy for me that I was a little bit freaked out, but she didn't really believe it for herself. Well, the different things turning on happened when she was home at the, home by herself, or would be in my room, or would be wherever, and my stereo would turn on, or she would be, like, in the kitchen, and all of a sudden my stereo in my room would just be, like, blasting music. And so she'd go in there and be like, what in the world? That's weird. So, yeah, that happened. So she started to kind of believe me more. And then a story that she told me just a couple of days ago when I was discussing this with her, and I was trying to prepare, for talking to you guys. She told me that, okay, so the way her room was set up is it was at the front of the house, and her bed, when you're laying on her bed, you could see, essentially the foyer, like the front hallway kind of area, which led to the living room, the kitchen, and then the hallway to the dining room. And it was essentially kind of these three, like, entrances. And then the front door was over here. I know this probably makes no sense the way I'm, like, trying to explain it. But anyway, so you could essentially see the little, like, entries to the hallways. And so she said she was laying there one night, and she saw a man walk from the kitchen, essentially, down so she could see him when he was, like, in the hallway kind of area, and then turn and walk into the dining room, which is essentially the same sort of pathway that I saw him walk before. And she said it was a man. She saw that he had, like, a hat or a coat or something on, something like that. So we pretty much could, like, deduce that we, saw something very similar, the same sort of pathway. So she believes me now. She, like, felt it too and saw him. So, yeah. So, yeah. And then I remember being pretty, like, it feeling really intense when I would be filming when I was first doing YouTube videos. I was I was kind of embarrassed to do the YouTube videos when I was, years ago. So I would go into my back room, the guest room, and there was almost nothing in that room. And if you remember right, maybe you've even seen it. Years and years ago, videos and videos and videos ago. But I was in that spare room, and it was the one with the orange kind of sponge painted wall. And I would be filming in there, and I would feel somebody almost like follow me in there. I know that sounds really creepy, but so I would shut the door behind me because I always like to kind of just be in the space and like be closed in so I could know. It's not a very big room, so I could kind of just see, who's in there because there's like nothing else in there. Well, I would hear footsteps in the hallway and hear somebody in the hallway as I was in there, which was really creepy, or in the closet, because that room had a closet, obviously, so that was freaky. Yeah, I remember that. I remember editing videos, and there would be just, like, these long pauses of me just, like, staring at the camera, listening, and, like, waiting for it to stop, that I edited out. So, yeah, I can't even, like, think of any more times, really. Oh, I know my friends heard stuff when they came into the house, heard different, like, voices and stuff, and at one point, I thought I heard somebody say, "Get out," when I was in the kitchen, like, standing in front of the microwave, but I kind of doubt that I heard that. Like, I don't think I did. I don't doubt that I heard, like, a voice, but I don't think the voice said "get out," because for all those years I was in that house, I really don't think that whatever was there was evil. I never got a feeling. I was scared and uncomfortable because it was something that's not there, but I never was frightened of it or, like, felt like my safety was in jeopardy for being in there, for being in the house. So I really, really doubt that it was evil. I actually have my own theory of who or what was in that house. I personally think that there was an older man in the house. My mom saw him. I saw him pace those same steps. And yeah, so I think there was an older gentleman in the house. I don't think he was doing anything weird. I think he's probably just kind of stuck, in that loop, which is really sad. But that's what I think happened, because why else would we see the same person in the same spot over and over again? I don't know. It was weird. And then also, maybe this is just me being, like, a lover of horror movies and watching, like, scary movies since I was little, but I think that there was a kid in the house, or some sort of a younger person, because of all the weird stuff and just the random kind of jokester things that happen. Like, because obviously I don't think it would be the older man, because I feel like he was somewhat confined to, like, the kitchen, dining room, living room area, not really back in the bedrooms. But I feel like a kid would, hide in the closet and jump out, open the door. I feel like a kid would be running back and forth in the hallways. I feel like a kid would turn on stereos, would, turn water on, just to be ornery, like, not like anything bad. I think it was just being ornery, like kids are. And I got a feeling that it was someone younger. Like, I don't know for sure. I don't know any of this for sure, but, this is just kind of the experiences that I had. I know that for some of you guys this is not very telling information, and I 100% understand and probably would agree. But I can't deny what I've felt, what I've seen, and what I've heard, and what my mom has heard, and yeah, I don't know. I think that there's definitely something in that house. I'd be curious, actually, to speak to the people who live there now and see if they've, experienced anything like that. So, yeah, so that is it for that house. I'm sure other things happened. It became second nature to hear things in that house and to see weird stuff, so, and to feel the way I did. So a lot of it went kind of unnoticed after a while, because it was just like, you know, it's just normal. Like, I'm sure I could think of stories of things being moved, papers being moved, you know, that sort of stuff. But I mean, we'd be here for days talking about it. So those are kind of the things that stood out to me, and that I really, really, really recall, like, vividly. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do have some other paranormal experiences, not very many, and not anything that would be terribly telling, or else I would offer to do another vlog of just, like, random experiences, but I'll definitely keep you updated about Stephanie's house. I have plans next time I'm home to go over, and we may investigate her house further, because a lot of stuff has been happening. She's been texting me about it. So, hi Stephanie if you're watching this. And yeah, so, oh, and hi Kaylee if you're watching this too, her sister. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was totally random, but please leave your paranormal experiences down below. I'm really intrigued by this stuff. And everybody, you know, just respect everyone's opinion. I know that probably should go unsaid because it should be obvious, but even if, you know, you personally watching this do not believe that this sort of stuff happens, but the other person that's watching this does, and you both want to comment, it's fine. I understand that some people don't think this is real, and some people think it's really, 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 really real. And that's 100% okay, and it's going to make for awesome discussion down below. So, everybody just be nice. Not that I ever have any problems with anybody being not nice in my comments, and I want to thank you guys for that, which is totally random and off topic, but most of the time everybody is super, super swell and just sweet and nice, and just nice in my comments. So, and also, last but not least, I know this is going on and on, I just want to send so much love and so many thank yous to all of you guys who left comments on my last video. You know, I wanted to share that with you guys because it's something that I'm going through, and I mean, it just made me cry when I was reading all the comments. I was just so filled with, like, love and support, and I really appreciate you guys, being so supportive of a stranger. Like, I just think that's insane. I mean, I feel like I know a lot of you guys. I recognize your usernames and everything like that, and your names, and I mean, maybe you guys feel like you know me, and that's why you feel like you should, you know, send your love and support, and that's just so awesome, and just makes me feel really loved. So thank you so much. It really just touched me more than I can say. So thank you. And I also want to send my love and support to Talia's family. Everybody, I don't even need to go into an explanation. Everyone knew her, and she was beautiful and just so full of life. She just radiated life, and she was amazing. And she was an amazing, amazing talent. Holy crap, she was just so good. So, yeah, I just wanted to send my love and support to her family right now, and her friends, and everybody that loved her. The beauty community definitely lost a great, and I just know that we all love her, and yeah. And also, for the people that this affects, Corey Monteith was somebody that I really looked up to. I am a part of the Gleek fandom family, and if you follow me on Tumblr, you've seen that I've just been posting and posting and posting and reblogging so much about Corey. It really felt like a huge loss, losing him, and yeah, so I don't know, there's just been a lot of loss lately, but we're trucking through, we're doing it, and we're doing it with the help of each other. So yeah, I love you all. I hope you're having an awesome day. And yeah, let me know any of your paranormal experiences down below. This turned into a totally random different video at the end, but that's okay. Let me know your experiences down below, and how are you doing? Let me know. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video, which will probably be actually, you know, beauty or fashion related, hopefully a styling video, and psychology vlog is coming soon. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Watch you fall down. Oh, this is the start of something beautiful. Dry. Not doing anything, staring, and Stephanie was like, "Wyatt, what are you doing?" And Alex turns around and looks. She's closest to the door, and the door is wide open, maybe 10 minutes after I got there.